What is up, boys and girls? I hope you're all doing well. What a wild, wild time where I'm covering this kind of stuff for esports and gaming news, but it's the weekend, so I can cover whatever crazy stories happened this past week. Speaking of which, guys, it was actually a NASCAR driver known as Bubba Wallace losing an actual real-life sponsorship after a rage quit on Twitch. If you guys have not been following this due to the coronavirus outbreak, tons of real sports events out there, including NASCAR, have actually gone to iNascar or e-racing, whatever you do want to call it, online events, which actually do involve both video game drivers and real-life NASCAR drivers taking to the simulated version of the game. It was Bubba Wallace hit not once but twice by another driver known as Clint Bowyer, and due to that, he actually rage quitted the actual event. It's the iNascar Invitational Series. He rage quit after being hit twice into the side rail. Is that what they call it in racing? And because of that, because of him quitting, he lost a real-life sponsor. Here's a video of him being clipped and then hit, and here's a video also of him rage quitting on Twitch and just leaving the imaginary vehicle.
Oh,
Clint!
no, Bowyer!
What happened?
I got bubbled.
Well, there's that.
Man, this is worse than real life. These guys forget his 150 lap race. Come on, Bubba! Stupid thing.
Words fail me.
Let's go back and take a look at this. You see Bowyer running the bottom, comes up. Bowyer, I don't know, you might want to watch the replay because it looked to me like he came up on Bubba.
You got to rewind. That was on purpose. We were already wrecked.
Just like in the real world, we didn't go back quite far enough on that replay.
Yeah, I was already tore up and destroyed, so that was payback.
Come on, Clint!
Oh.
God!
He's still down there. Still there. Yep, he just came up and wrecked the hell out of you again on purpose.
Y'all have it going.
Back block.
That's it. That's why I don't take this shit serious.
Sorry, Tyler. Just trying to talk to you there.
Peace out!
And it was after all this, the sponsorship that actually sponsored him apparently since 2015, that being Blue Emu, responded several times on Twitter saying they were done with him. They were not going to pay a quitter or actually be connected with a quitter. On top of that, even throwing in a Trump gif to remind him that you fired. On top of all of this as well, apparently executive vice president adding some more condemning words on the situation where, guys, you got to remember, these are real life, if not former, if not previously, then current NASCAR drivers, well-known names in the established racing scene, now taken to the video game form. And after all of this, losing sponsorships based off a rage quit, the executive vice president for Blue Emu, the sponsorship that did pull out, went on to state they were not going to pay him a single cent, but also saying getting to work for the iNascar event, which is bringing in some great viewership, they were not going to find a dollar-for-dollar return like they were for this iNascar Racing Invitational Series, which was going to pull, again, some huge numbers. He then goes on to state, though, we thought this was a blessing in disguise for us. But then you figure out you aren't sponsoring a NASCAR driver. You are sponsoring someone like my 13-year-old son who broke his controller playing some game where he builds houses. Without knowing much about racing, we got to have an investigation for Clint, okay? The guy who hit him, clipped him, and then hit him twice and actually caused the rage quit. It is a wild, wild time where I am covering grown men, NASCAR drivers, taking to the simulated version, rage quitting on Twitch, great platform, by the way, and then losing a lifetime sponsor or, you know, a decent sponsor out there that actually paid him real-life money because he stepped out of his virtual car really, really early in the race. You got to imagine, though, right? I know it's kind of a joke here and there. I do want to take this seriously. You got to imagine as former or current NASCAR drivers take on this iNascar scene, you know, of course, when it comes to real life racing, there are real life repercussions to getting into these accidents or to quitting a race early. When you transfer this over to a video game version, I imagine during the early stages, it can be hard for a guy who is used to real life racing to take the video game version very seriously. That goes for both drivers involved with that. That goes for Bubba, that goes for Clint, other race car drivers involved with all of this. Either way, it's still drawing huge numbers. I do feel bad for the sponsorship pulling out, but hopefully Bubba will continue in the future with the iNascar Racing Series. For the first time, and maybe the last time ever here on the channel, I am covering a real-life racer taking to the i or simulated version of doing so, losing a sponsorship after a rage quit on Twitch. What a great, great time to be alive. Enjoy the rest of your weekends. I got several videos coming out as per usual. Thank you all for the great support and love. You guys are amazing. Okay, bye.